She's Aaron Katurski.
Okay, good morning and welcome to the WSJM Morning Show video live stream edition for your Tuesday, January 6th. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here in the guest studio chair is Joe Daguanno. He's a media and marketing strategy expert with Midwest Family. Joe, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. And since it's Ken and friends,
yes,
I'm assuming we're friends now.
We're friends.
Okay, this is
We've
good.
We've been friends for a long time.
My mom and dad told me don't talk to strangers, so now I can talk to you.
Would you like some candy?
No.
I've got a box full of puppies here. You want to see?
So I love, by the way, the fact that it is Ken and friends.
Oh yeah, tell us why.
Well, no, I think. I was here back in 05 to 10, and with the illustrious Pat Moody and Jim Gifford.
Yeah.
So, and I always thought that local radio was about community.
Yes,
building a community, and it's about being there for the community. So when you talk about friends, and I was on previously about a year ago,
yes,
with Mike, and I love the fact that you invite more people onto the show because I think it really is about bringing that community.
I love having the community voices here. You don't know what you don't know, and there are community voices out there. They're doing things. They're working hard. They're contributing. They're whether it's business, a nonprofit, a non-government organization, or within government. It's great to understand what's happening in your community and sharing it here. That's what we're all about.
Yeah, and I always thought that SJM specifically played a huge role in this area in people's lives.
Yeah,
and so it's a cool thing, and people, it's one of the things we're going to talk about today is where does radio fit?
Okay,
and I think radio fits into this community kind of feeling. I think post-COVID, people need community more than ever.
Yeah,
and I think the local radio station,
because we lost it for a period of time. We lost our minds for a period of time.
My son, Madison, Wisconsin, did not go to school for 18 months.
Wow,
18 months. You look at the high school. Yeah. A high schooler going from sophomore to senior year missed that opportunity. So I think local radio plays that role now. I think it fills the need that we want community again.
Yeah, and I know because of these evil little smartphones here, people have choices. They can get hundreds of thousands of different streams at any given time of anything, anywhere. But our unique competitive advantage is it's local. This is us. This is here.
Right.
And then these are the things we talk about.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I think it leads into where marketing is going. And I think that when you looked back, and I started a digital marketing agency about probably 15 years ago when I left Michigan. So I was here 05 to 10, and I went back to Madison for personal reasons and started a digital marketing company. Yeah. And it was all about, search engine optimization. It was all about the alphabet of marketing, SEO, PPC, all of those types of things. And we're shifting back now because of AI, because of voice search, because of all these things. Storytelling is going to be that much more important.
Okay.
And telling your story rather than, hey, we're going to put backlinks on your website. We're going to do all of these different things to get you moved up in the rankings. Tell your story better. And I think that's, again, tying back into radio. Yeah. Who's a better storyteller than radio, in my opinion, local radio? Because you all remember bedtime stories.
Oh, yeah.
We all do.
Oh, yeah.
We all do. Whether or not you are a parent or had your parents do it to you. The power of the voice, I think, is going to be very, very important in 2026.
Yeah. Full disclosure, and we'll talk about that media and marketing strategy and that expertise from Joe Daguanno here in a few moments on the radio program after news and stuff. But full disclosure, Joe and I were birthday twins.
Yes.
We have
that's
same
why we're
day.
Friends. That is why we're friends.
We were both born in mid-October.
So let me ask you this: what year?
Well, I don't disclose that.
Okay, mine's 1967.
Okay,
mine's 67. Funny story, real quick. Funny story. Okay,
I've got 15 seconds.
I can do it.
Okay,
I auditioned for a Super Bowl ad because of my birthday in October of 1967.
You auditioned for an ad because of that?
A national Super Bowl ad. I'll tell that story next.
Oh, look at the cliffhanger.
I know, right?
This guy's a professional. Okay, we'll be right back. It's WSJM.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
We're having way too much fun already. If you're missing the video live stream, you're missing a lot. On the video live stream, we have a guest this morning, Joe Daguanno. He's a member of the Midwest family, but he's also a media and marketing strategy expert. And we just disclosed that we are birthday twins, basically. We were born on the same day. We're separated by year.
Okay. All right.
But we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. But he just left us on a cliffhanger that he auditioned for a National Football League ad at some point. So to get the rest of that story, you're going to have to tune in on the video live stream. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, or the WSJM Smart app that you've downloaded on your phone because you always want to be informed of what's happening here. Let's talk about your weather forecast right now. Well, the temperatures outside currently 38 degrees in Benton Harbor, same in St. Joseph, 38 degrees. You said drizzle out there right now. It's nothing really to speak of.
Nope.
37 degrees and cloudy in Dowagiac, 39 in New Buffalo. The feels like in New Buffalo, 33. So all above freezing right now. Today's forecast does call for periods of drizzle and fog, a 50% chance of rain. The high today is probably going to be around 40, 42 degrees. Light winds out of the south. Tonight's forecast, cloudy skies, patchy fog, a low of 34. Wednesday, tomorrow, should be a partly sunny day. Nice day, high of 43 degrees. Thursday, that's going to be our rain event day. We're going to start off partly sunny Thursday morning, but then as the afternoon goes on and into the evening, rain. The high, though, is still going to be nice and warm, around 50 degrees. Fast forward through the weekend, we're going to keep that chance of precipitation through all the days, including Sunday, when it might cool down enough to give us some lake effect snow. So watch the lake effect snow Sunday afternoon.
Gotcha.
All right, 7:07 is the time. Some of the news from the WSJM Newsroom. The South Haven City Council declining for now to change an ordinance that was aimed at expanding the pool of candidates for city boards and committees. They wanted some diverse opinions. Currently, they're pausing on that move. At Monday's meeting, council members considered an amendment that would allow one person to hold multiple municipal offices. City Manager Kate Hosier said a current rule prevents planning commissioners from serving on other boards, limiting potential appointments. Several council members raised some concerns. Councilmember Mary Hosley said that based on her experience, the ordinance should not be changed at this time.
But what I've been seeing over the past several years, even when I applied in several years ago, there were more applicants than there were positions, but the same people got reappointed. And that's just not engaging in the community, and that's what we said we wanted to do.
Councilmember Letitia Wilkins said maintaining the current ordinance could encourage broader participation.
And I think that we need to consider other people besides the same few people that we just keep putting on the same committees over and over with the same agenda and the same views. If we're going to get something different, we have to use different people.
Hosier acknowledged the difficulty of recruiting qualified residents, but said the challenge remains. A motion to formally consider the amendment failed to receive a second. Mayor Annie Brown said the issue will be discussed again at a future meeting. A longtime business in the village of Decatur is closing, with another business set to take its place. WSJM's Andrew Green has this story.
The Village Market on East Delaware Street will close its doors for good at the end of business today. The Village of Decatur released a statement on social media saying it shares the news with heavy hearts and deep gratitude. The village continues saying it's, quote, incredibly thankful to the Mark family for 38 amazing years of dedication to Decatur. It says the Village Market's been a wonderful employer, a dependable grocery store for all the village's needs, and a generous, supportive community partner. However, the news isn't all bad. The village says it is excited to welcome Harding's Friendly Market back to the community starting on January 9th. It's moving into the Village Market location after announcing an acquisition back in August. The village says it's grateful many of the same employees will remain throughout the transition. Andrew Green, WSJM News.
And Lake Michigan College is rolling out a wide range of extended education courses for the first half of the year. The college says the program offers short-term flexible learning options focused on career development, workforce skills, and personal enrichment. The spring lineup includes professional certifications, job training, wellness courses, financial literacy, language instruction, and creative workshops. They say classes are open to the public and offered in evening, online, hybrid, and one-day formats. College officials say the goal is to help learners gain practical skills without committing to a full degree. Registration open now with details available at our website, WSJM.com. That's a look at some of the local news that we're covering from the WSJM newsroom. We have more to talk about this hour. In fact, we're going to be interviewing our special guest here in the studio, Joe Daguanno, who is a media and marketing strategy expert here at Midwest Family. But he's done a lot of things, a lot of different things, and he has a couple of different things he's going to talk about this morning, not only media and marketing strategy, but also male health, male mental health, mental health primarily.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, so we'll talk about those things. But first off, as we do with all of our guests who come into the WSJM studio, we give you an opportunity to give us your superhero origin story. Tell us, Joe Daguanno, who are you?
Well, born and raised in Wisconsin. So, yes, I'm a cheesehead.
Okay.
So
that's nice. I'm glad you admit that.
I'm a cheesehead.
So are you like hard cheese or soft cheese?
You know what? Any cheese. Seriously, any cheese. My wife and I
love cheese.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Cheese and pasta. I'm Italian too. So,
yeah.
So there you go. So,
have you ever had the pasta where they make the pasta and then they drizzle, or not drizzle it, they toss it in the bowl of the Parmesan Reggiano wheel?
Yes.
I've not had that, but I look at that and it's like, that looks like the best thing in the world.
That is my kryptonite. Going back to the superhero origin story, that is my kryptonite.
All right, sorry, we digress. Cheese.
So cheese, yeah. So from Wisconsin, got into radio in 1983.
Okay.
Because of a girl.
That makes sense.
WGEZ in Beloit. Cindy Layton was looking for teenagers to be a part of a show called Teens and Talk.
Oh.
And I thought she was attractive. And so I applied.
I'm glad you're honest.
I applied and got the gig. And she was great because she gave me the best advice.
Okay. Which was?
Don't go to a broadcast school. Get a 4-year degree.
Yeah.
And keep your options open.
Yeah.
And she was probably 19 or 20 at the time, just graduated from a broadcast school.
Okay.
So got into radio in 1983, was in TV for a little bit, was in radio for a little bit.
You were in TV?
A little bit, yeah.
Wow. What'd you do?
Sports talk.
Okay.
Sports talk and sports play-by-play.
Wow.
Yeah. So did that in Wisconsin. Came over here in 2005 and was here from 05 to 10. I got to tell you, I love it over here.
Yeah.
I love being back here. I'm back here 1 or 2 weeks a month now and love being back in this area. And so actually moved back to Madison, Wisconsin. Unfortunately, my ex-wife passed away and wanted to be close to my daughter. And so moved back to Madison, started a digital marketing agency in conjunction, in partnership with Midwest Family.
Yeah.
Did that for a few years, left and ran a billboard company for a while. Did that for a couple of years.
Like actual physical billboards?
Yep. Worked for, was general manager of Adams in Madison, Wisconsin, and also Racine in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And then came back to Midwest Family right around the time the pandemic happened.
Okay.
And been back ever since, and more of a consultative role now. I'm here in this market quite a bit, and then our Eau Claire, Wisconsin market, then consult with some other radio groups. But that has brought me back to the market. And again, love being here. I miss this market. I miss this town.
Yeah.
And I lived in Stevensville when I was here previously. So, Lakeshore Lancers. I coached flag football back in the day. I was going to, my sons were going to be Lancers, but yeah, it was a great experience. And I love coming back to this market. And again, going back to what we talked about earlier, WSJM, the roots and everything. And look, when you see a Pat Moody, when you see when you see Gail Olson, when you see these types of people that are just iconic in the area, it brings you home again. Yeah. And so, and actually, Pat and I still joke about the fact that we did a murder mystery disco theme fundraiser for the symphony.
A murder mystery disco theme fundraiser.
Yep. Pat was the DJ and I played the...
You couldn't do anything else?
He was the DJ.
Okay.
And I was the Tony Manero from Saturday Night Fever. So we did that. We raised money for the symphony. And I have pictures of Pat in his garb.
That's amazing.
I should post those.
That's amazing. So Joe Daguanno is clearly your career has always been around kind of the media.
Yeah, absolutely.
The media. And so you're in business development, you're in media and marketing strategy, you're an expert in that area, digital marketing. So we'll explore all of that.
Yep.
And we'll also talk a little bit about male mental health.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give us the nutshell on that one again, and then we'll go to sports. But basically, you've had personal friends who have gone through struggles.
Yeah, and I've lost some friends who have lost the struggle, who have given up the fight, and you don't see it coming a lot, especially with the ones that are serious about that. And so when you look back on it, there were signs, and I think the stigmas that are out there from a male standpoint of not seeking help or not having conversations or not going to see someone or not taking medication if you are depressed. And so I see that kind of turning. I coach football as well.
Yeah.
And I coach high school football, and you can see it with young men. You can see it with young men already, some of the stigmas that are out there, and especially coaching a more testosterone filled sport like football.
Yeah.
And so I think the stigmas are being broken down. I think the misperceptions are being broken down. So yeah, just a little bit of, hey, I think guys getting together and talking about real things, I think that makes a huge difference. And so yeah, I'm a big proponent of that type of thing because I've lost some friends who, for whatever the reason, gave up the fight. Yeah. And it's sad to see that, and it's sad to see what's left behind. And so I think there's a real stigma that I think is being broken down. So we'll talk about that a little bit too. But also not on I don't want to go to a lighter note, but I did audition for a Super Bowl commercial because of our birthday.
Okay, we'll talk about that on the video live stream right here, right now, because we've got sports on the radio. We've got the story from Joe Daguanno on how he became an NFL ad star, or might have been.
Almost.
All right, we'll talk about that on the video live stream, YouTube, Facebook, on the WSJM app right now.
Sports.
So many stories to unpack. All right, so let's conclude the NFL one. So when was this? When did you audition?
2000.
Okay, so it was this century.
Yes.
Okay.
So my wife saw an ad. If you were born 9 or 10 months after your favorite team won the Super Bowl, because studies have shown that more children are born 9 or 10 months after their favorite team wins. Seriously. So I don't know if you remember
celebration starts with Joe right there.
So they said if you were born in October, November, December, after your team won a Super Bowl, and the Packers won the Super Bowl in January of 1967. Yeah. I was born October 15th, 1967.
Yeah.
So they were putting out auditions for people, and I don't know if you remember the ad. Seal sang the song. And it was a Super Bowl ad that ran where Super Bowl Babies is what it's called.
Okay.
And Seal starts singing, and then they go to different teams. And I auditioned for the Pack. I made it several rounds. And so I made it several rounds.
What is an audition? What was the audition? What did it entail?
So I had to take some headshots, and then I had to sing. I had to sing a song for my audition.
What song did you sing?
Mac the Knife.
Did you really?
Yes.
That's fun.
I say, yeah, that's a fun song.
Yeah.
And so I made it to about 3 or 4 rounds. And I don't know how many rounds there were. But
so where did you have to go for each round?
I could send everything. I could stay in Wisconsin. And the last round was going to be in person.
They just kept notifying you, hey, you made it past this round. Give us another something.
This. Yep. Give us this. Give us some acting. Give us this. And yeah, the ad played during the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And it was Super Bowl Babies. And if you look at the Green Bay representation, and I'm gonna kind of rip on the Green Bay fan base right now. The guys they chose, because it was a mix of women and men, the guys they chose were slightly bigger.
Okay.
And looked Wisconsin.
Oh, what Hollywood thought Wisconsin looked like.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but the cool thing from that is the agent, the talent scout she started sending me other roles to audition for.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
So did you ever land one?
No. I did not.
For this small fee, I will send you more auditions.
That was kind of one of the things. And the other thing is what was I in my mid to late 40s at that point?
Okay.
So starting a new career just wasn't on my bingo card. Yeah. So I just was like, no, not going to do it. But
that's a lot of fun.
It was fun to at least audition.
And you probably learned a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And she would notify me of hey, this part might be really good for you.
Yeah.
And so have
you ever wanted to act?
You know what? I I was a theater major for about a year at UW-Madison.
Okay.
So I didn't know what I wanted to do, did some theater. And the reason I got into theater in high school, we did West Side Story. I played football. The director wanted football players to be the gang members, the Jets and the Sharks.
Okay.
So that's how I got into theater.
Wow.
So
we're talking with Joe Daguanno. He is
that's the superhero origin story.
Marketing and media strategy expert. There's a lot more to it. I'm curious about billboards. What's the biggest challenge when you're managing and doing billboards?
It's inventory.
Okay.
So in Madison, Madison's very restrictive on billboards and those types of things.
Restrictive in what way?
Getting new ones
where they can be placed in that.
Yep, exactly. Okay. So Madison, very, very restrictive. So inventory was always an issue.
Oh.
So getting new assets, getting whether it be static boards or electronic boards or whatever the case may be, it was always inventory for us. And so, matter of fact, I went round and round with a lot of Madison politicians to try to get us the opportunity to get more assets.
Just slide a lot of cheese under the table. Okay, hang on one second.
Yes.
7:21. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Back on the radio here in a second.
Through the day, high temperatures near 40. We'll drop down to 34 tonight with cloudy skies and some patchy fog. And then for Wednesday, we'll become partly sunny through the day. High temperatures will still make it into the low 40s. As we head into Thursday, rain showers and a high near 50. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
What's your favorite cheese?
Parmesan.
It is a Parmesan Reggiano?
Yeah, it is. I can go mozzarella or Parmesan.
Yeah. Homemade mozzarella is really good.
Yeah.
Parmesan. There's a cheese down at the local cheese shop that is potato chip flavored. It's like a white cheddar, but it has a very nice little hint of potato chip at the end. Good.
Are you familiar at all with Galena, Illinois?
No.
Okay, it's beautiful.
Galena.
I highly
North,
recommend.
south, where is it?
It is on the Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois corner.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Great downtown, beautiful downtown.
Yeah.
Reminds me a lot of St. Joe downtown, cobblestone streets, etc.
Okay.
Vinnie Vannucci's.
That sounds familiar.
It is a wonderful Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Highly, highly, highly recommend it.
That's it. That just Vinnie Vannucci's.
Yeah. Get the sausage and then put Parmesan on it.
Okay.
It's wonderful.
It's 7:22. It's Tuesday, January 6th. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me in the studio this morning is Joe Daguanno, our special guest. He is a media and marketing strategy expert with Midwest Family and so much more. And we're talking with him. We got through a little bit of his origin story. This thing is going to go so sideways. You're not going to want to miss any moment of it. And you can tune in on the video live stream because we'll have more unfiltered comments there. But basically, let's before we get too sidetracked, talk a little bit about the media and marketing strategy aspects of your role here. What do you want people to know? Let's say I teased it up as, hey, if you're a business owner or somebody who just wants to know more about this, what do they need to know? What do you want them to know?
Yeah, there's some trends, some real trends that are shifting, and obviously AI is influencing a lot of that.
Okay.
And I think first of all, this is the year that.
And we're basically talking about getting the word out about what you're doing so that you can achieve your goals of profitability or whatever.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's branding, it's marketing, whatever term you want to call it. That's what we're working with.
Okay.
And so when you look at it, AI is becoming such a big thing. Voice search is becoming such a big thing. And I mentioned a little bit earlier, and storytelling is going to be, it's going to take the top rung on the ladder. And everyone talked about SEO. Everyone talked about, you've probably heard the term AIO, which is AI, search engine optimization.
Yeah.
The new term is really going to be GEO.
GEO.
Yep. It's
What
going
is
to be
GEO?
Generative Engine Optimization.
Oh.
And really it's because of AI. It's because of all these other things. Storytelling is going to be so important because that's where AI is going to pull the nuggets from.
Okay.
So if you have new content, if you're updating content on your website, especially video content.
Okay.
So if you're updating that content, that's where AI is pulling things. So when you get into another term for it is snippets. They're pulling snippets,
right?
But it's because of the stories you're telling. It's keyword rankings are still going to be important, but they're not going to be the number one thing for an SEO or a GEO or an AIO or ABCDE, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It's going to get back to telling your story.
Okay.
And so and there's a term that Google uses. It used to be just EAT. Now it's EEAT. I know, right?
What is EEAT?
Experience, expertise, authority, and trust.
Okay.
Those are going to be the different elements that Google is looking into. And so and the other thing that I found really interesting, I mean, there was a study done recently. The other shift is going to be from influencers to internal creators. So instead of influencer marketing, as far as getting somebody to do it, it's going to be, I want my employees to create content.
Oh, okay.
And so that's another shift that we're going to see. And then the big one, I think.
Why is it shifting in that direction?
That authority.
Yeah.
That I think it goes back to credibility.
Okay.
I think it's, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to believe him or her anymore.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to believe them that are working there.
The people that are closest to it. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think the last one that I'm seeing is loyalty programs are going away.
Oh, like frequent flyer and that kind of stuff.
People want more immediate returns and rewards.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be more of this, hey, and again, I think we lost brand loyalty somewhat again because of COVID. And I think brand loyalty is more fleeting than before. And so I think people now are looking for, hey, what can you do for me right now? And again, it might be, you look at a credit card that offers points on airlines,
right, and
those types of things. And so I think this long-term loyalty program that people had from a brand standpoint, I think that might go away. But I would say any kind of if you have a chief content officer on your staff, and you're creating new content, original content, it's going to go a long way, especially video content.
Yeah.
I mean, Ken, how long have you been in radio?
Since the late 80s.
So you and I are close to that.
Yeah.
And when you and I started in radio, all we had to do was worry about our shift.
Yep. Time, temperature, news, that kind of stuff. Yep.
Now the multi-platform delivery, we talk about, I mean,
it's everywhere.
You can't be a content creator.
Yeah.
And that's what we are now. We're no longer radio DJs or broadcasters.
That's right. We
are content creators. And so you look at the multi-platform, take that and take it into a business.
Yeah.
And how are you delivering that? Now, again, that's why storytelling is so important. How can I tell my story? How can I tell you about my brand across all of these platforms?
Wow.
And so, it's cool because I got into radio and I said this in 1983 and I was doing a show called Teens and Talk, but then I got my full-time gig in radio as a copywriter.
Oh, okay.
And on air.
He's writing, copywriting is just writing commercials.
Commercials.
Yeah.
And so I was writing commercials and I was on air. And that storytelling element of what we do is going to ring even more true in 2026 and beyond. So it's cool. And again, I always look at life, whether it be business or life, as a pendulum. It swings back and forth. And I think we're back to that where original storytelling, authentic storytelling is going to go a long way in getting you found faster. And so it's pretty cool. Going back to the superhero origin story. Yeah. It's going back to the Don Draper pitch of, hey, what's your story?
Yeah.
And I think that's a pretty cool place
to try. For somebody out there listening who says, okay, I buy what Joe is telling us, and I want to get better at the content creation, at the storytelling. All I've been focused on is making my widgets and putting a business administration around that to get them out the door to be able to sell. How do I do this storytelling?
It real easy. Actually, it's not, but I'll make it sound easy.
Okay.
So we always say, what is your aha moment?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll give you a real quick example.
Okay.
Owlet. Owlet is it is created for parents that are worried about SIDS. So Owlet is a baby sock that you put on the baby, and you can monitor all the baby's vitals on an app. Okay. So and Owlet's aha moment, that moment of realness where the customer really feels that emotional connection. All they came up with was, now everyone gets a good night's sleep. And so when you come up with your aha moment, and it's what you do for your customer, it's not, we've been around since 1933. It's not any of that. Yeah. It's that moment when your customer gets that emotional connection, that aha moment. So once you start digging and finding that, then you can tell your story better.
Is that kind of like the Simon Sinek, the circle,
Yeah,
the why,
absolutely.
the very center
Yes,
of the bullseye?
I'm a big Simon Sinek fan.
Yeah.
And everyone can say the what, the when. It's the why. Why do you do this? Why do you and I do what we do?
Yeah.
And again, we talked about it earlier. Ken, your connection to the community is outstanding.
Oh, thank you.
I love coming back to this community because of the connections.
Yeah.
And so I think, yeah, it's that aha moment. And again, it can be hard. It can be hard to find that, because what you do is easy to find. I sell widgets. These are my widgets. I sell you these widgets. They're good widgets.
Yeah.
But getting into that emotional connection, again, going back to the outlet story, I think is it ties it all together. What
really
is that
does.
connection?
Okay. We're talking with Joe Daguanno. He's a marketing and media strategy expert, media and marketing strategy expert with Midwest Family. We'll talk more with him about that stuff, other stuff, cheese, and male mental health. Some really important stuff. It's all coming up right here on WSJM. We've got financial news around the corner from Bloomberg. Our friends at Bloomberg. ABC News will give us the latest world and national news update. Our local news preview coming up next.
As a mom.
All right. We're back on the video live stream. How are we doing? This good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this what you were looking for?
Yeah, Ken,
By the way, Joe got bumped for Fred Upton earlier.
You know what?
Sorry.
I will always take a back seat to Fred Upton, so I have no concerns about that whatsoever.
He's great.
So I miss these days.
Being on radio?
Yeah, when I had my own show. I miss these days, and I think this is fun. Yeah. This is still fun for me. So thank you for allowing me to be in studio today and one of your friends.
Well, absolutely. And thank you. I respect you.
Right.
And I appreciate what you do. And you're welcome anytime on the show as well. So as long as we have fun stories, good stories.
And you know what? And again, I think anybody who, and you and I sharing birthdays and around the same age and et cetera, you get to this stage and you have stories. Yeah. I mean, the gray in the beard, that alone says that guy's got some stories.
Yeah. Well, so you mentioned you started out as a copywriter. One of your first jobs was on air and copywriter. What is the first commercial you remember? What commercial do you remember the most? I remember mine, but you go.
You know what? Carpeting commercial. It was a carpeting commercial in circa 1987. And I can't, for the life of me, cannot remember the name of it now.
Okay.
And so, but it'll come to me like 3:00 in the morning, and I'll call
Just
you.
let me know. Yeah,
I'll let you know.
The first commercial I remember, the one that's marked indelibly in my brain. Oddly enough, so I was working. It was probably 1990, somewhere around there, maybe 1991. And I was working at a radio station in Wenatchee, Washington, KPQ.
Okay.
And the wonderful thing about KPQ is kind of the flagship station for the region, right? We were the place where they originated emergency signals for all the other stations and all that. So we did all that stuff. We actually had a bomb shelter in the radio station. Concrete. I mean, because radio stations needed to have protection from nuclear fallout.
Right.
And so we were that station.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so we still could broadcast from the bomb shelter. We didn't on a regular basis, but we had a weekend program that was in there. Anyway, long story short, I got my commercials to record for the day. I get in there and the commercial copy is normal. It's about appliances, home appliances, washers, dryers, right?
For all your appliance needs.
All that stuff for all your appliance needs. And it had a special thing. You know, we usually put music beds under commercials. This one, the special thing was they wanted a word. They wanted a word for co-op reasons. They wanted the word of the company that was paying the co-op.
Gotcha.
Sharing the cost of the commercial. Whirlpool. I kid you not. It was a Whirlpool Corporation. So I had to sit there for 30 seconds and say, Whirlpool, 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 Whirlpool. Try saying that for 30 seconds straight. Was that your doing? Did you do that? No.
I did that. Yes, I did.
But how ironic or coincidental, I don't know what you call it, serendipitous. I was working in Wenatchee, Washington, having no idea that one day I would live in Michigan. And not only that, I would work for Whirlpool Corporation for 10 years before coming here.
Yeah, again, full circle.
Yeah.
I mean, when you've been doing this as long as you have, and I'm speaking of both of us here, that you've got these stories. You know, you've got these connection points that you had that you say, oh yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, and you and I both know this. Most people in radio back in the day did not use their name.
Right.
their actual name.
Yeah.
I have been searching for Cindy Layton, who got me into radio in 1983. I have been searching for her to say thank you.
Yeah, just say thanks.
Absolutely.
Can't find her?
No. No.
Because that's not a real name.
I'm sure that wasn't her real name. I'm sure it wasn't. But 1983, she got me, and I continue to look for that.
That's funny.
Interesting, because you brought up theater earlier.
Yeah.
Second life lesson I got very early on, my theater TA. I auditioned for the theater program at UW-Madison, and I made it. And she said, I'm gonna tell you something, Joe. You weren't unanimous because you had to do a monologue in front of 13 professors.
Oh, okay.
And I said, why? She's like, I'll tell you why. You're good and you know it, and that's your problem. So at 15, I get my start in radio, and I get told by Cindy Layton to go to a 4-year school.
Yeah.
And at 18, I auditioned for the theater program, and I have a TA tell me I'm good and I know it, and that's my problem. I need to work harder. And those are life lessons.
Wow. That is a life lesson. I want to know what that means. We don't have enough time for this segment, so we've got to come back in just a moment. We're talking with Joe Daguanno, media and marketing strategy expert, and we'll be right back in a few moments. If you have any questions, June wants to know why brand loyalty will go away, so we'll talk about that in just a couple of moments.
Excellent.
Starts at $899. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It's 7:36 on your Tuesday morning, January 6th. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Joe Daguanno. He is with a Midwest family. He's a media and marketing strategy expert. We're continuing our conversation with him about those things, and we'll be talking about male mental health here in a few moments. You know somebody, maybe you're a male, maybe you know somebody who's a male in your life who might be struggling with some mental illness issues or some mental struggles. They don't even have to be categorized as illness, just struggles. It's okay to ask for help. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in a few moments. First off, we've got to get the latest world national news right after the weather forecast. The forecast for today does call for periods of drizzle and fog today. Cloudy skies. Yes, we have a 50% chance of rain today, a high around 42 degrees, light winds out of the south. Tonight's forecast, cloudy skies, patchy fog, a low of 34 overnight. Wednesday, it's going to be partly sunny tomorrow, a high of 43, and then some sunny skies on Thursday morning before we get some clouds. So a lot of clouds on Thursday. That's going to be our rain event day. 60% chance of rain in the afternoon, 100% chance of rain. Why did they say 100% chance? It's no longer a chance at 100%.
It's 100% certainty.
Yeah, 100% certainty. Of rain Thursday afternoon. I got to get new headphones. Coming up Thursday night. The high on Thursday is going to be 50. The low is going to be around 35 degrees. We've got a chance of precipitation Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Friday and Saturday, rain. Sunday, a chance of lake effect snow. So keep that on the mind. We've got 7:37 on the clock. We'll be right back. More news coming up.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. In court for the first time since he was captured by U.S. forces in Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro pleading not guilty to narco-terrorism charges. The White House ramping up the rhetoric around the U.S. taking over Greenland. The Prime Minister of Denmark says an American takeover would mean the end of NATO. The list of recommended shots for babies is getting smaller. The CDC removing some recommended vaccines, including shots for COVID, hepatitis, and the flu. ABC News contributor Dr. Alok Patel.
The only thing I want parents to truly understand is that this change was not done with any scientific review. I cannot stress that enough. It did not go through the usual channels of review to make those changes, which is why some people are saying that this feels politically motivated. And we've seen statements from major medical organizations speaking out against it.
Today marks 5 years since the January 6th riots on Capitol Hill, a plaque that was supposed to be put on display honoring police officers nowhere to be found at the Capitol. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
It's 7:38. Some of the news stories coming up just after 8 o'clock from the WSJM newsroom. The Benton Harbor City Commission beginning the new year with some new leadership roles, new faces. Commissioners met last night for the first time since last month's swearing in. We'll tell you what happened. Also coming up just after 8 o'clock, organizers of the Michigan Black Summit have announced a new lineup of high-profile guests for this year's event. We'll tell you who's keynoting and some of the panels that they'll be having. And the Berrien County Health Department marking Radon Action Month by raising awareness about the risks of radon exposure in homes and how you can check your home for radon. We'll talk about those stories and more coming up just after 8 o'clock right here on the WSJM Morning Show. It's 7:39, back on the video live stream with our special guest this hour, Joe Daguanno. In just a moment, we'll have sports right after a look at state news. All right, back on the video live stream.
Did you want to tackle June's question?
Yes, June's question. Thank you. Why will brand loyalty go away? So you think about brand loyalty, you get a frequent flyer card or you get a stamp card. You go every time you go into a certain retailer, they stamp, you bought something here, and you get 10 stamps, 20 stamps, 100 stamps, you get something free.
So brand loyalty will still be there. Okay, so to a certain level.
Okay.
It's the loyalty programs that the brands offer.
What's the difference there?
So brand loyalty is, I'm loyal to this brand, but I might go to other places. I might do something different.
Okay.
The come into this shop 10 times and get your 11th cup of coffee free.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that's going away.
Oh.
So,
and why?
Is
there ROI, the return on investment, not there?
It's choices. We have so many more choices. We have so many more choices. And the thing about it is again, brand loyalty, the message, the story, all of that is still critically important. The buy 10 of these and get your 11th for free, that's going away. People just want immediate gratification.
Okay.
They don't plan, I'm going to plan to be there 9 more times.
Yeah.
We don't work that way anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's again, branding is still very important. And so building that loyal customer base is still very important. That loyalty program that the brands offered, again, I want something now. I'll buy one, get one. BOGOs are going to be great.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. It's that, hey, come in for your 10th cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And you'll get this.
I got to tell you, I mean, I agree with you. And I also think that there's a big danger for these companies that are stores or outfits that operate a brand loyalty type program, call it a brand loyalty program, and they don't give you that payoff.
That's the other part of it.
There's a grocery store that I go to, and I'm a member of this thing. And every time I go in, I swipe my loyal customer card. And at the end, they used to give me this whole, hey, you saved this much on this checkout.
Right.
For like the last, I don't know how dozen times, I haven't got a single discount, and it's making me mad.
So
I'm open to go to other places.
There's a gas station chain in Wisconsin that I love, and they have a loyalty program that again, it's no longer a benefit.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I love this chain over there. I love this chain.
Yeah.
But the loyalty program has lost some of its luster. So brand loyalty is good. Storytelling for your brand is great.
Yeah.
The loyalty programs for a brand, that's where you need to give more of an immediate gratification. The BOGOs are going to go well.
Yeah.
People want BOGOs. And again, buy one, get one. That's going to be a big thing moving forward.
Yeah. Where should people advertise right now?
Where?
Yeah.
No question. Well, I still feel local radio. 100%. Going back to the storytelling part of this.
We're radio, so I'm
gonna say that, but also I think video is going to be so huge.
And when you say video, you mean like YouTube?
YouTube, streaming television.
Okay.
Within 5 years, my prediction is that streaming television will be the #1 media choice in the country. Within 5 years.
#1 choice for subscribers.
For advertisers.
For advertisers.
Oh,
okay.
Because you get the storytelling element of TV, you get the visual element of TV, but you get the targetability of the online world. And again, you and I can be living in the same cul-de-sac, watching the same show, and get a completely different set of ads, because of our breadcrumbs we're leaving online.
Yeah.
And so I think streaming television is going to be huge. So I think anything video on your website, going back to the SEO, now GEO, the storytelling through video is going to get you found with AI search. It's going to get you found faster because it's those stories that you're telling that Google's going to pull and say, yeah, this is a pretty good nugget. We're going to use this in AI. And it's interesting too, Gemini, which is Google's AI platform, they now have an agreement with Apple that Gemini is going to be the Apple AI moving forward. And so
Gemini is going to be the Apple AI.
they're working together.
Wow.
So Google, interestingly enough,
Yeah.
Google and Apple are working together on this. And
Man.
so, yeah, it's crazy. It's
That is
crazy.
huge.
But again, it goes back to our roots. And if you're telling the stories, if you're not worried about where do you rank from a keyword standpoint, and you're more concerned about what's my story, what's my aha moment, that's going to relate better to the customer.
Okay. We're talking with Joe Daguanno. We're going to continue this conversation in just a moment. We'll wrap up on the media and marketing. Well, we'll try to wrap up. I know we won't because we still have more to share. But I want to ask you, Joe, about the evolution, the quick evolution from Google searches to generative AI searches and how that's changing things, if it is. So we'll talk about that in just a moment right here on the WSJM Morning Show. We'll also talk about male mental health and some of the stigma, erasing those. It starts by raising awareness that it's okay to ask for help. So we'll talk about that in just a moment right here on WSJM.
Oregon, click the Nominate a Volunteer banner at the top and tell United Way of Southwest Michigan the story of a volunteer doing great work in your community. United is the way.
Cloudy skies with scattered rain showers to start out the day. We'll see drizzle and fog kind of off and on through the day. High temperatures near 40. We'll drop down to 34 tonight with cloudy skies and some patchy fog. And then for Wednesday, we'll become partly sunny through the day. High temperatures will still make it into the low 40s. As we head into Thursday, rain showers and a high near 50. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:46 on your Tuesday, January 6th, 2026. All kinds of sixes. Watch out. Yeah. Good morning. Ken Lundberg here. Joe Daguanno is in the guest seat this morning. Joe is a media and marketing strategy expert with Midwest Family and other places. But as part of our Moody on the Market update this morning, which is brought to you by Insurance Management Service, call IMS today, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles.
I love IMS, by the way.
They are great.
Rich and Tarek and the group over there love them.
Yep. See, look, local.
I know. There it is.
Good stuff. IMS bringing you the Moody on the Market update. During the Moody on the Market update, we bring you business updates, Southwest life in Southwest Michigan and why we love it here, and interesting people you should know. And Joe is an interesting person that you should know.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for joining us this hour. One of the things that we've been talking about. Let's put a pause in the media and marketing strategy expertise for just a moment. One of the things you've been talking about is male mental health. Some of the awareness that number one, it's okay to ask for help. Talk about that. Why is that a passion project?
Well, I'll tell you a story real quick. My wife and I were at a restaurant, and this is about a year ago now. And did you ever see the movie Under the Tuscan Sun?
Sounds familiar. No.
Okay. There's a sad older gentleman in the movie.
Okay.
And my wife says to me, she goes, "That gentleman over there, something's wrong. I sense that something is wrong with him. Can you kind of ease your way over there?" He was reading a book.
Yeah.
And it turns out he had lost his wife.
Mm.
And so and he's probably about 20 years older than my wife and myself. And it was that connection point that made all the difference to him. And we consider him a friend now. And it was real interesting. I met his daughter, and his daughter came up to me and said, "Thank you for being with my dad and spending time with my dad." And I kind of looked at her incredulously because I said, "Well, he's a friend of ours. There's no thanks.
Yeah.
We enjoy being with him." But my wife sensed that there was this need to connect. And so, I think there's a lot of that out there. And I think whether it be still post-COVID, and I keep on bringing that up because studies are going to be done what this did from a sociological standpoint and a psychology standpoint. Studies are going to be done. The theses will be written about what COVID did. And I think this feeling of emptiness, this feeling of isolation, I think brought a lot of angst and depression and those types of things out. And I think, again, going back to it, and again, I coach high school football. So the stigmas that are out there that men don't open up, they don't talk about these things. And my wife and I both, dear friends of ours, they both chose to end the struggle, to end the fight. And it just, I think a lot of it is they don't know where to go. And again, I've often said this, that a human connection, a simple gesture can go a long way.
Yeah.
And you know, I told you I, you know, started as a copywriter. I have a blog that I've done, and I've had people reach out to me that I was not aware of, that they were struggling, that they said, your blog reached me, it touched me. And so, you know, it's these connection points. It's the small connection points that go a long way, that we don't know really what that person's going through. We don't know their struggles. We don't know what's on their mind. And so again, I think the things like men's groups, and I'm in a coaching leadership group, and you know, these connection points that I think men didn't used to have. And I think having real conversations, I think, is important. So again, it's human connections, it's human touch points. I don't want to say it's just a male thing, because obviously a lot of females are struggling with this type of thing too.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think females are smarter and more intuitive and more apt to go seek help. And I think men just, no, I'm good. I don't need to go to the doctor. I'm fine. I'm going to get through this.
Yeah.
And so again, I think it's so critically important, especially this time of year. We get into New Year's resolutions. We get into a fresh start. And if you feel like you don't have that fresh start, connect with someone.
Yeah.
Connect with someone. And my wife, so intuitive. She's so smart at this kind of stuff. She sees things and she says, that person needs help. And again, a simple gesture goes a long way. So you know, I guess the moral of the story there is just, if you see someone, you're on a bar stool, you're in a coffee shop, whatever, and you see someone that looks like they're struggling, a simple hi might make all the difference.
Might change their day, might change their life.
Absolutely. And so you know, our friend Dave, who it was so sad. And again, his wife was in the hospital when we first met him, and he reported back a couple months later that she had passed. And he just said, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go to an empty house. I don't want to live this life without her. And so again, we don't know those struggles. We don't know what's going on. So reaching out, connecting, I think that's really critically important. And again, I go back to it. I still think the isolation of COVID was so dramatic.
Yeah.
And I think it did a number on so many of us. And when I go back to it, my youngest son, 18 months without connecting.
Yeah.
And just, I think, again, more so than ever, we need to be cognizant and aware of that person next to us.
Yeah, I think what it did, what you've been describing this hour, as far as the after effect of COVID on our community, was it really shook the foundation of our beliefs. And when you shake something so fundamental to how you operate, how you perceive the world, how you interact with others, that's going to have a huge and lasting impact, because you have to redefine, how am I going to operate in this area that I thought was solid ground, and it's no longer.
We took it for granted.
We did.
We took it for granted.
Yeah.
And I think, again, that we need, and going back to how we started the show, Ken, this community that you built, and going back to the Ken and Friends brand, if you will.
Thank you.
I think it's so critically important.
Yeah.
And again, I think whether or not you're a business looking to connect with customers, whether or not you're just an individual sitting in a coffee shop reading, it's that connection that's so critically important. Yeah. And I always talk about human touch points, and those human touch points can just go a long way, and they don't need to be a lot.
Yeah.
They don't need to be these huge, grandiose gestures. They can be something as simple, again, as holding the door open for someone.
Yeah.
Those types of things go a long way. So yeah, I think again, I'm seeing more of men's groups. I know, one of our reps here, Grayson, he has a couple of those groups, whether it be networking groups or other men's types of groups. I think it's critically important that we have those. And again, as a coach of young men, I coach high school football. As a coach of young men, I see this early on, and I see some of the households that some of these young men are coming from. And I think it's just really important to be aware.
Yeah, very, very much so. The awareness is the first step. And again, whether you're struggling yourself, or if you want to do something, it can even, as Joe mentioned, be a small gesture of hello to someone who you think might be having a tough time. To start today, start now. It could make somebody's a difference in somebody's life. If you are struggling with suicide, call 988. That's the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's good all over the United States. Again, 988, and they will be there. No judgment, no reporting, nothing like that. But they will offer you help.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. And again, we all need help.
Yeah.
All right. And again, when I say that, it could be marketing help, it could be strategy, it could be advice, it could be whatever. This is why I bartended too for a while. I still do every once in a while. And I think bartenders are great.
Yeah.
A great bartender reads the room.
Yeah.
Do you need a human connection, or do you want to be left alone?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to talk to you, or are you there to get away from the conversation?
Yeah.
And so, it's just, and that's why I enjoy what we do. The different clients, the different people that you get a chance to connect with doing what we do. I just think it's so powerful.
Yeah.
And it's so fun. And I said, I was here from 05 to 10. It's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I still feel connected to this community. And it's awesome. It's awesome being back.
We're talking with Joe Daguanno. He is a media and marketing strategy expert here with Midwest Family. And that's part of our Moody on the Market update today of this hour, brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today. They are your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. Back with more in just a moment. Insurance Man. Back on the video live stream. No, thanks for sharing that message. I think that's really important. And we've seen since, post-COVID, whatever that is, we've seen obituaries of young people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
It's truly a tragedy. And I think it still isn't, even in our news we reported, but I don't think it's talked about enough, that there's a huge issue out there, a life-ending issue for many people. And it starts to get at it. It just starts with being aware of your surroundings, of the people around you, that either they're struggling, or if you're struggling, they're there for help.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I think removing the stigmas, removing the judgment, removing all of those things that, whether it be societal or whether it be your family or whatever it is, removing those roadblocks to get to a better, clearer mental health picture, I think is just critically important.
What is your win-loss record for football? Speaking of depressing things,
we're a rebuilding program.
So
I want to say this though: UW River Falls, University of Wisconsin River Falls, won the Division III football championship.
Congratulations!
They're about an hour from us, where I live in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. They were 3, and that coach and his program 3-27 his first 3 seasons.
Wow!
And now, national champions.
No kidding.
And they
national
champions. They won the D3 college football national championship.
What was the secret? What turned it around?
Believing in the identity. Believing in their identity and staying true to who they were. And so we run a very fast, it's a fast and wide offense. We want to run 80 plays a game. So I sent this out to our kids.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
80 plays a game?
Yeah, you get about 50 normally.
50?
Yeah. So
you're doing 80?
We're trying to get 80 plays on offense.
Okay.
And so we're going fast.
Yeah.
And UW River Falls, they play fast. And he said, we're going to stay true to who we are. We're gonna believe in our identity, and this is on brand for us. So they played North Central College, and North Central College, I believe, has been in 6 straight national championship games. And Coach Walker at UW River Falls said, we're going to stay true to who we are. And I think that's critically important. Whatever your identity is, what are you known for?
Yeah.
And again, we're a rebuilding program. And I truly think we have the wherewithal to make the playoffs for the first time in several years this coming season.
Mm-hmm.
We have a quarterback who can do it, and we've got the kids that can do it. And so I believe in this system. And again, getting the kids to believe, and it's really hard. High school kids looking at a scoreboard, looking at standings and seeing 1 or 2 wins, it's really hard to paint that picture of growth.
Yeah.
But again, 3-27, Coach Walker, UW River Falls, 3-27 national champions.
That's a great story. That's really good.
Yeah. And again, I told our kids, believe in who we are.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself, believe in our identity, and believe in our brand.
And that applies to everything.
Everything.
Yeah. Life.
Business, life
in general.
Sports, everything.
Okay.
Believe in your brand. And remember, whether or not you're a human being or you're a business, that aha moment, that human connection point. And again, I think we really have something special with these kids that I'm coaching, but they have to believe in themselves.
We've got very little time left here. I'm running the clock out because we'll have about 10 seconds when we get back on the air. But tell people, where can they go for more information about the media and marketing strategy if they want to know how to tell their story?
Right here at Midwest Family. And
Okay.
so our people here know how to tell stories better than anyone.
Yeah. Just ask me. I tell stories all the time.
There you go.
Like, where's this commercial? I don't know. There's this big dog. No, we'll come. We'll be right back. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Proudly serving our community. The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
That's it. Thank you, Joe Daguanno, for joining us. It's been our pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, sir. I love being back on the air.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock. We've got to get our latest world and national news from ABC. Thanks for joining us.